Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, it's election day. I record this at 6 o'clock p.m. on November 4th, the night before the election. This will get posted up in 6 hours, midnight Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's 3 in the morning. You have insomnia. Sorry. For those on the East Coast that see this at 6 in the morning when they get up and have their coffee, good morning. I hope you're doing all right. For folks in Hawaii, hey, good evening. Glad you caught us at 9 or 10 o'clock at night over there. Everybody else, good morning. Most of the demographics show about a spike of like 6 in the morning as it goes down the time zones. A lot of people get up between 6 and 7 and watch this video and my brother's video on the Twin channel. So thank you for your support. Now, my last reading was the energy between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump on Election Day. And I'm still sticking with it that there's a really good chance we will know the winner by tomorrow night. I don't think it's going to be close. This reading, however, this is going to be, the day after type of thing. What's the energy of Trump supporters and Harris supporters on Wednesday, the day after the election? Because I do think we will know who won the day after the election. I want to read on that general energy around the day after the election, and then we'll look at the individual groups, okay? Just like I did with the presidential candidates. Let's take a look. Energy around the voting populace after the election, say on Wednesday after the election, okay? Entertainment purposes only. This is just me reading tarot cards and crafting a story. Foundation of the reading is the 10 of Wands. This is going to be difficult. This is not going to be easy. There are going to be people who do not like what they are hearing. And they may not be able to bear this burden on their own, and they may feel the need to lash out on people who they feel have forced them to bear this burden. Just the same card I got with Trump, the same cross, 8 of Cups, the emotional walking away. This is going to be a hard loss. There's going to be hard losses here, and it's going to be hard on the people who have been lied to, gaslit, deluded. This is going to be a hard day for them, and they're going to feel like they've lost everything. Immigrants came in and stole stuff. This is going to be the I'm ready to leave the country. Now, mind you, if Trump won, this would equally describe Democrats. Just saying, if Trump wins, Democrats would be like, this is too much. I'm going to Canada. I can't take this anymore. I'm out of here. I'm not going to live in a country with values such as this. Okay? That's if Trump wins. If Harris wins, it's the same thing, but for Republicans. This is too much to bear. I don't want to be here anymore. This is rigged. This is just, my values are being represented here. The difference is that about 60% of the population, if Harris wins, 60% will be happy and 40% will be disappointed. If Trump wins, 40% will be happy and 60% will be disappointed. In the past, you got the 2 of Wands. This, interestingly enough, this election is about deciding the future of the United States, if we're going to keep our democracy or not. And it's not that it's Harris versus Trump. It's the voters who are deciding if we're going to keep our democracy or not. Now, mind you, you can have a majority of people say they want a democracy, but the Electoral College is set up could give that power to a minority number of people. Current energy is the Tower card. Things crashing down suddenly. If they weren't called on Tuesday night, by Wednesday, people's illusions of this election will have been shattered. The team that loses, and if you followed me for any length of time, you'll know that I've been saying that Kamala Harris is going to win in a landslide. It's going to be a landslide. It's going to send Republicans reeling. Again, if Trump were to win, the Democrats would act the same way. So one of the things the Democrats seem to have a lot more of is empathy. It's the one thing, it's like the one common denominator with MAGA is that they're angry, mean, cruel, gullible people. And they lack empathy. They want other people to suffer and be tortured. Democrats are not like that. They have empathy. So understand that if this were Trump in there, what you would be going through. That's what these other folks on the right are going to be going through. So celebrate your victory. Try not to rub other people's faces in it because feelings are going to be raw. And it's really going to come out on Wednesday. Yeah. Overarching energy is the Five of Swords. This is a winner takes all. This is going to be a Democratic sweep. This is going to be a sweep. If Trump were going to win, then it would be a Republican sweep. And there's, you got the presidency, the Senate, and the House. If Trump were to win, it'd be the presidency. I don't need the House and Senate because now I'm the king. That's not what's going to happen here. This is going to be Kamala Harris and the Democrats are going to sweep Congress and the presidency here. And they will be able to start making the changes, doing the hard work to make the changes here. But again, this is reading on the collective the day after. The lesson to be learned. The grifting, the money. It's funny. There's this card also came out in that same position. If Trump loses, and he will, he is going to have all sorts of text messaging and email blasting, trying to raise money, trying to get as much money from the MAGA base as he can. He will say it's to fight these court cases, to give them Trump as the 47th president, but it's also just a question of values. This is also young people coming out and voting and expressing their values. Yeah, the day after, for sure, we know who the winner is. I think you'll be going to bed on Tuesday night, confident you know who the winner is, and on Wednesday, the winner will be declared. Now, mind you, Trump is not going to concede. That's not in his DNA. Harris will declare victory. Trump will not concede. But I think the collective will understand that by Wednesday, the day after the election, we will have a clear winner. And I believe Kamala Harris will declare victory. Now, again, if you're a Trumper or you think Trump's going to win, just replace Kamala Harris with Trump. And Trump will declare his victory. Hell, he's already declared victory. He's tried to beat that before the votes were all cast. And, of course, he will try and stop the counting if he has any type of lead because he knows that the early voting and mail-in voting is going to be heavily in favor of Democrats. It just is going to be. So that's the general vibe of the collective on the day after. Now, let's look at the Trumpers and see how the MAGA and the Trump supporters are feeling on the day after the election. Now, we're talking now Wednesday. And we're going to assume here that from this reading and the reading I just did on Election Day results, that Kamala Harris has won this election. They're probably not as concerned with Congress. I am, because Kamala Harris can't do anything without a blue Congress. There's the Ten of Swords just came popping out there. Let's get it mixed in there because I don't want to lose that card. It's actually a damn good card. I should probably keep it out as a signifier card. So, keep in mind that they are feeling defeated. 10 ways to Sunday. They are feeling defeated. How are Trump supporters feeling given this, the election results? What would a Trump reading be without a devil card, right? Foundation of the reading is the devil. They are going to have some very dark thoughts. Some are going to say it was stolen. Some are going to want to introduce violence on their family or their friends. This is not a healthy relationship. And uncoupling themselves, but this is also an opportunity, if you will, for them to uncouple themselves from Donald Trump. Some will stay, some will uncouple. He is no longer politically viable. But this is going to be a time of great pain and suffering for MAGA with this. Knight of Cups. False friend, looking for new friends. Looking for friends. Actions against them. Yeah, I still think that, Kamala Harris was really good at, again, big tent bringing people in. There could be some Republicans that are willing to give her a chance. I think a lot of folks, though, maybe this could be that, Kamala Harris tries to reach out to them to keep them calm. A peace offering, as it were. But I would be really concerned if I was a friend of somebody who was strong MAGA. No, there is a big Kamala Harris vibe underneath here. I think she is going to try... There seems to be a choice here that Kamala Harris is going to try and reach people to remind them that political violence in this country is not acceptable. Offer an olive branch, as it were. In the past, you had the Two of Wands, people deciding the election. It was always going to be the voters that was going to decide the election. This is the same thing that came up on a Kamala Harris reading on the overarching energies, the Nine of Wands. The Republicans, I think they're kind of shell-shocked. They're just, again, they lost like all the swing states plus 2 unexpected states like Iowa and Florida. They are just absolutely shell-shocked. They don't know what happened. They are so confused about what happened, and they really are wondering what's happening next. And this could be where Kamala Harris does come in to try and assuage their feelings and their fears. Overarching energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Strong financial push, strong health push. There's going to be a new movement coming on. This is not the card I was expecting. Of course, just because I wasn't expecting it doesn't mean I can't read it. But, it's a big health push. Something could happen financially. And maybe that's what she's talking about, is the opportunities. But I'm curious. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it'll come to me as I get to the next cards here. Lesson to be learned from this is the emotional walking away, moving away from the instigators and going to calmer shores. There might be a lull for some folks that some people will want to leave. They don't want to stay here in this god-awful country. But here's maybe this is what this is. Kamala Harris, I think, is going to remind people that we are we're the wealthiest country in the world. And there's all sorts of opportunity here for them. You can leave if you want. That's a choice. Some people may leave MAGA. Some people may not want to vote again because they feel like their vote was stolen. That's one of the insidious things about this election denialism and such, is that it makes people feel like the results are already predetermined and their vote doesn't matter, and that's disempowering. I'm surprised I didn't get the Eight of Swords in here. Outcome, Justice card here. I think that Kamala Harris is going to remind people again of the value of voting and the election being secure. But, and Biden might even come out with this, the Justice Department is not going to tolerate lousy behavior. Basically, a plead for calm, but with the understanding that if you decide that you want to cause trouble, that the law will not tolerate troublesome behavior. That Ace of Coins could also be vandalism, financial loss, where people they want to torch a Democratic headquarters, or throw rocks through the DNC windows, or lone wolf type stuff. I should ask about that. Will there be an organized resistance to this, or will it be more a lone wolf type of resistance? If that Ace of Coins is, there's going to be fighting. There's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling and people upset, knocking over garbage cans, knocking over mailboxes, that sort of thing. Their candidate lost. Other people are agreeing. Yeah, there's just in the money. Trump and company will try and stir up the pot. Now, there's a group of people here that absolutely have accepted the election results. Their guy lost. But there's another faction of people that are just crazy. And underneath it all is the money. There's going to be more grifting. Maybe not vandalism. I suspect the next thing the Republicans are going to do is they're going to want to hit the Trump. They're going to want to hit the MAGA supporters for more money, because they have to fight these court cases. Need money for that. Oh God, these poor people are just getting bled dry. If you're a MAGA person, you've been sending money to Trump and to these causes that for fighting his legal bills. I'm sorry. That was probably not money well spent. I would much rather you had spent it on yourself and your family. You work hard for it. You should be able to enjoy it. Trump has never worked hard for his money a day in his life, and he doesn't appreciate it. Democrats, how are they feeling the day after? How are the Democrats feeling? The devil card. What is going on with this one? Is Kamala Harris the devil? I think Trump is just going to be the focus of things here. The high priest crossed with the high priestess. To me, this is the loss of democracy, and we've maintained it. We've made the right choice with this. But I think there's going to be some concerns about, the Democrats are going to be concerned with what the MAGA supporters are going to do with this one. Again, the grifting. There's, grifting going on. Basically, I think what the Democrats is going to happen is there's going to be some fear that Trump is going to somehow pull out this election. Do not fear. We got this. Everything's been planned for and taken into account. Biden is not an idiot. Kamala Harris is not an idiot. They got this. Anything that Trump says and does, it's in order to raise money. And if people get arrested, he doesn't care. Harris and Biden have this. In the past, the Three of Cups, it's the victory. The Harris victory. We have won. Women have won. They've secured their rights back. Now, current situation is the Nine of Wands. This card, man. Just like the Republicans, the MAGA folks, are wondering what's next. The Democrats are wondering what's next, too, because they want to know what Trump has up his sleeve. He's talked about him and Mike Johnson have a secret plan to help the Republicans take the House, along with the Senate and the presidency. So it's kind of like this is the Democrats being concerned about what happens next. Is there going to be violence in the streets? Are we going to have another January 6th? Which is the whole reason of doing this reading. I think it's just picking up. They know how corrupt and evil Trump is and how he can get people to... He eats around their morality and gets them to do things that they otherwise wouldn't do. The overarching energy is the Eight of Cups. But although there's some anxiety of what's going on, there's also a sense of relief. You can walk away from the drama for a bit. Why can you walk away from the drama? Because you've got Biden as the president of the United States. Not only is he the president of the United States, he's a de facto king, courtesy of the Supreme Court. So he can do all sorts of things without any fear of criminal charges. Trust that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have this. They have, not only that, they've got the FBI on their side, they got the CIA on their side, they've got the Department of Justice on their side, and they've got all the district courts as well as the policing outfits. There is no law enforcement agency of any repute that wants to see a repeat of what we had on January 6th, 2021. The lesson to be learned is the Queen of Wands. Kamala Harris is in charge. She's won. And we will have a lawful and peaceful transfer of power. Do not fret. You can take an emotional break. You've earned it. Kamala's got this. What a great outcome. And more to come. Good days are ahead. Things are going to be fine. And more charges for Trump. I don't know if there's really anything else to follow up on that. I thought there was one more thing I was going to read on here, but you know what? I think we are going to be okay with this. You know, I was curious what that Ace of Coins was. I wonder if the Ace of Coins is like a new deal. Let's just throw 3 cards, or throw a quick 4-carder on that Ace of Coins from earlier as a qualifier. So when we look at the post-election energy, there's that Ace of Coins up there. What is that Ace of Coins? Big fines? What is it? Big money raising? Ace of Coins. It's about values and finding practicality with things. I think it's just, it's a peace offering from her. The Sun. The emotional walking away. Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift. Yeah. That Ace of Coins is the gift. That we've won the big prize. We've won the big prize. That's what that was. That, you know, we've won. We've won big. And that, you know, and you can trust that Kamala, she appreciates democracy and she's going to do stuff. The reason why I say that is because here's the emotional walking away card. You can finally take a break. My brother's channel numbers are going to plummet. Don't forget us. But it's okay. You can take a break. Take an emotional break. Take an emotional vacation. Take a day. Take a week. Take a month. Just recover. You know, it's going to be okay. Everything's fine. Look at these cards. I think the Sun card and the Star card. Take an emotional break. Take a mental break. Trust that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have this. There is nothing, and I do mean nothing, the Republicans can do to undo this election. It's going to be a landslide victory, so they're not really going to have a path in the courts to win this. And if they try to bring it to the courts, Trump tried to toss out 11,000 votes in Georgia. What's he going to do when it's 111,000 votes in Georgia? You know, are there really that many illegal immigrant zombies voting in Georgia? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The amount of fraud would have to be so obvious and so blatant that it would have been picked up, and you wouldn't need, Rudy Giuliani filing court or Sidney Powell filing court cases, because it would be obvious to everyone. We'd be in the streets. We'd be so upset with the blatant cheating that's going on. So, they've got this. Vote. Make sure you vote. It's again, this will go up on election day. Go out and vote. Send a mandate to the Republicans out there that you want Kamala Harris your president. You want the Democrats in charge of Congress, all the way through your governor, your local and state assemblies, your dog catcher, whatever it is. Send that message. The more people that vote and support Kamala Harris and vote for, which is basically a vote for democracy as opposed to a dictatorship, the more it's going to disempower MAGA and the spineless Republican congressmen who supported it. It also sends a message to the oligarchs, the American oligarchs, the billionaires, about what the people want. And a united people is way more powerful than a collection of billionaires in this country. Okay? Do your civic duty. It's important that you vote. Really, really important. And the more of you vote, the quicker we find out that Kamala Harris has won. And, you know, it's let's beat that dead horse. We'll beat it. We'll beat this. We're going to beat this thing into the ground, and just really send this this message home. And then you can take a break, a much needed break. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I do appreciate it. No horses were harmed in the making of this video. I hope you found it insightful. It is for entertainment purposes only, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.